Hey everyone, Magic Lover just doing a couple of replays. Last night I played in a daily event with the green-black version of Meritocracy, and I was terrible. It was just, I don't know, I'm usually not that bad of a player. I know I'm not great by any stretch, but I'm not that bad. But I was terrible last night, punting repeatedly, and that's just frustrating. So I wanted to see if it was just what's going on, and I retooled the deck a little bit. Nothing crazy, but I do now have Rite of Consumption in here, which is pretty handy since most of the removal they do need priority for. So it is pretty handy to be able to just go for the combo on your main phase and go straight to the dome with this, since they can't interact with the sacrifice part. Unless they stifle the trigger, you get to do 20 of the dome and gain 20 life, so it's pretty handy. The rest of it is pretty much the same. Hex Mage is great in terms of being able to provide an alternate to Thespian Stage. If they Pithing Needle Thespian Stage, you can still get the counters off that way, which is pretty handy. Let's see, what else? Fast mana, the normal assortment of tutors. I do play an Herb Organ here, which is awesome. Usually one of the lands that I fetch for, because then I can use mana from Dark Depths and Urborg to Thespian Stage, so it makes it a lot more efficient. Ancient Tomb is great for fast mana, and Snow Covered, pretty good if I need to ramp out, and I've already got a Dark Depths in play. Into the north, can put those out immediately. So there's a snow-covered swamp and a snow-covered forest, as well as a regular swamp and forest, so I have something to fetch for without taking those out of contention. So anyway, I did take out the Sajiri step. I just never really ended up using it. The Knot of This Worlds are fine for that. Bajuka Bog, because hey, this is a deck tutoring, even at instant speed, and if you end up against Manaless Dredge or something ridiculous, Bajuka Bog is pretty much game over. Caracas is great. Naturalize, because you're pretty cold to Humility, anything like that. Life in the Loam, if you go into the grindy Jund Wasteland games, a little extra protection than just naming Wasteland there. You can just recur your stuff. I have played games that I've run out of bullets, run out of Dark Depths. Maybe they're stifled or wastelanded, or had more than 20 life and been able to get away, and I ran out of bullets. So Life in the Loam, pretty handy. And then Leyline is just for the decks that play Thoughtseize, Him, you name it, or the Storm combo kind of stuff. Hopefully buys you the time to be able to go off. So anyway, here's a few replays of matches. So this one against Kana. I do get, this was a blue-green Enchantress build where I lost really badly to Sealer Removal and Cloud of Fairies and everything. So this was a good example of how the deck can go very, very fast by getting the Urborg out and being able to use the mana from Dark Depths. So that was pretty fast, and I had the Rite of Consumption if for some reason he had an Elephant Grasp, which is really effective against flying black creatures. Something along those lines. So that was just a speed version of it, and that worked out pretty well. And then here's a game going up against an all-foil Bant control list with nobles and you name it. I already got my butt kicked in a game against Scorpio before. So I Needle Wasteland. I think he used 3 of them the previous game on this. Gets Batterskull. So I've got double Hex Mage, Ancient Tomb, double Elvish Spirits. I've got the mana. So I figure I'll go for it straight up here. Put the Hex Mage out, that way I can end his turn. Hex the Depths. Don't have to worry about Wasteland. So I'm fine not doing it now so that I can't, respond to him playing Wasteland. There's no response. He's pondering, he's digging hard. Got the second Hex Mage. So I go for it here. He swords it. I'm up to 40 life. That's a pretty handy draw. I like catching the other needle there. So I needle. Stoneforge Mystic. I don't want him dropping that Batterskull and getting up above 20 life. I've noticed that playing against 12 post with Glimmer Post and Batterskull, I do need more than one hit to win, which can be fatal. So he drops a Caracas and a Knight. Now wishing I named Caracas there. But I'm at 38 life, so that's the benefit of getting your Merit Lage off to pastures, is, it does buy you a lot of time. That's a handy draw. So I'm still looking for any sort of a tutor. But at 38 life I've got a little bit of time. He just, swings in with the Stoneforge and holds the Knight back, I'm sure, for shenanigans. So I definitely dropped the library there, which is, I need the filter now before I run out of life to get the tutor. Because this lonely Hex Mage is doing nothing without Dark Depths. So I do put another Spirit Guide down to block, basically just a chump, because now he's getting pretty good beaters out. And again, I see no tutors, no Dark Depths. So I throw another Spirit Guide in the way. And now I have to block both to jump out, go to 4. And I don't see any tutors or any Dark Depths or anything or any recursion with that library through 40 life, which I found quite annoying. So here was the third game against Scorpio. He starts off on the Noble. I get a Sylvan out pretty quickly, which I was happy about. If that got dazed, I think I was in deep trouble. So I was happy to see it. Happy to see Rite of Consumption there. So I've got lots of tutoring. Not really worried about finding it. The only thing So I've got the stage out. Got half the combo. Got into the north, so I've got the key for the other half, and then if I drop Hex Mage. Oh, Wasteland. That'll slow me down a little. Pedal, happy to see some fast mana there. I've got another Thespian Stage, drop the needle on Mystic, so that that can't come in on the cheap. He's just going to hardcast it, but that slows him up from playing other stuff, so I didn't get that in. But still, I took 3 off Stoneforge, so now I'm getting low enough that Library becomes a tempting liability. Dark Ritual, happy to see that. So I take it, go to 2 life. So this is where I just go for the combo straight up. So he's tapped out. Even if he goes to swords, he can't use this in response. So pretty much the only thing he can do is counter this, or swords his own guy in response. And he does. He swords his knight, which was a nice play. I still got him down to 3 and went up to 22. I still have a stage and a tutor and a library, which I'm happy about. He does drop the Batterskull. Cracks in for 20, or for 2, so I'm back to 20. Happy he had to exile his own knight to stay alive there. But that Wasteland hurt. So I'll drop the Forest, throw the Depths into play, and now with this I can untap, find a stage. It's going to take him a long time before he's back close enough where I have to worry about that trick again. But I'm at 9, so I don't have all day. I do have to be careful. So there we go. Drop the Dark Depths, I've got the mana, and he doesn't find what he needs. So I mean, he wasn't going to deal enough damage. He could have done 6 to me, so I would have been able to untap. Didn't even have to do it on his end step. I could have untapped and done the whole thing during my main phase, and interrupted. Assuming no Stifle. I mean, I didn't see him play Stifle the whole time, so that was a good grindy kind of game. I was happy I pulled out. And then, let's see. Here's the last replay I did with this. This is against Walking is Still Honest. I know the cards are down here, but it's the blank spot, and technically my hand's up there. So he gets out a True Name Nemesis, and I pretty much drop this in response and swing. So again, a good example of how fast the deck can be, and how important it is to, you know, take advantage of when your opponent taps out. Because even a Submerge wasn't going to save him then. So, yeah, just some interesting games, and playing a lot better when it's not 1 in the morning and not commentating. So these are all replays, and I did play a lot tighter, seeing lines that were open and taking advantage of them. I think in the 5 or 6 matches I've been practicing with the green-black version. Today I probably only had a couple real good play mistakes, and only one of them I'd call a semi-punt. Where turns out I wasn't going to win anyway, but I could have made it a lot closer. So, anywho, the deck is legit, it is fun, and I'll be tuning it, but probably sticking with this green-black version, since I think Rite does give it enough of the reach that Fling does, even though it's not instant speed. And also the life gain of this is pretty relevant. So, all is well, and thanks for watching.